Hey everybody, I want to take a couple of minutes tonight to welcome you to our Crush the Rush and Win the Day group. There will be about 20 of us who are working on the scale of being morning people and starting those positive morning routines that are going to help us throughout the day as we go. So I want to take a second to introduce myself first. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Lindy Hazer. I am a wife to Tyler, a mom to two little boys, Tegan and Holden, who are 6 and 3. After teaching in the classroom with 4th and 5th graders for 12 years, I retired to stay home and take care of the boys, and I am a full-time health and wellness coach. Now this kind of has something to do with it. It kind of doesn't. It's just something I have been working on because I use the limiting belief of I'm not a morning person for all of my adult life. I didn't like mornings. I was crabby in the mornings. I would sleep in whenever possible and say I'm a night owl. And so that's why I don't like mornings. And throughout the last year and a half, I really realized that I could be a lot more productive if I was up winning the day. So today I'm going to talk to you about why the Miracle Morning. Now this is the book I'm basing a lot of the exercises we're going to do together. I am not getting paid anything. I'm not promoting this. I don't get a cut of the books. But if this is something you're interested in, this is a great book. It is by Hal Elrod, and it really goes more in depth into the steps that we're going to be taking in the next 6 days. And I say 6 days because there are 6 lifesavers. So every night I will be teaching the next day's skill. And I'm doing the teaching at night because the goal is that you're not going to look at your phone until you're all the way done with your lifesavers. And so that is the reason for me doing the teaching tonight. So you can catch the video for the next day's lifesaver the evening before. So this is what we were practicing tomorrow, is silence. But before that, I wanted to talk a little bit more about why the Miracle Morning, why Crush the Rush and Win the Day. And it is all about waking up on purpose and with intention to rule your day instead of your day ruling you. And just it doesn't do us any good to just tell ourselves, oh, I'm not a morning person. That is a limiting belief. And yes, while we all do need good, restful sleep, there is a lot of techniques as part of this Lifesavers that are going to help you get that, even if it does mean getting up a little bit earlier. Now, there are 6 Lifesavers, and the idea is to practice each of those for 10 minutes. So 10 times 6 is 60. You're thinking, gosh, and I have that right now. That's okay. You might just spend 5 minutes right now. You might do your workouts at a different time. Then I would just encourage you to get in a 1-minute workout. And I'll talk more about that in a bit. And if you're really crunched on time, for example, you oversleep, which I'm going to give you some tips on not oversleeping. Or it's just a day where you are a little bit more rushed, you can still do this Lifesaver technique in 6 minutes by taking just 1 minute for each step. 1 minute is better than nothing, but the more time you put into it, the more benefits you're going to see throughout your day. So whether you do 60 minutes, 30 minutes, or 6 minutes, we're going to add on a different Lifesaver every day so that by Saturday we have practiced all 6 Lifesavers, and you can go into the next week ready to win the entire week. And I'm going to continue to keep this group open for those of you who want the accountability and just some more information on the Lifesavers. So we are going to start the night before. Because you might be getting up earlier, it might mean at first a little bit less sleep. So we need to do some things to be assured that we're getting good sleep. So tonight you're going to start by just getting an old school notebook. I don't even have one right here. An old school notebook, and right before bed you're going to do what's called a brain dump. So you're going to give yourself 5 or so minutes and just write everything down that goes through your pretty little head. It can be to-do items, things throughout the day, things that inspired you, things that upset you, just people you're thinking about. And just dump everything from your brain onto paper. And so what that is doing is it is assuring you better sleep. You're not going to be thinking about those things because you've dumped them onto the paper and you've let it go. And you can keep that right next to your bed in case while you're trying to fall asleep, more things cross your head. You can go back and brain dump those as well. So starting with a brain dump tonight. The next thing is bedtime affirmations. Now, I did upload some of these into the files of the group, and bedtime affirmations are just telling yourself, setting your intentions for your night ahead. And so there are some Miracle Morning bedtime affirmations. You can also make your own, but it just might be something as simple as I'm getting adequate sleep for all the tasks I have to do tomorrow. I'm getting enough restful and peaceful sleep to be able to slay the day. Whatever speaks to you, but just telling yourself, whether you're getting 6 hours of sleep or 8 hours of sleep, that you are using re-energizing words and intentionally setting your intentions for the night ahead. So that is your first step. Okay, so you've done your brain dump, you've set your bedtime affirmations, and if those are kind of new to you, use the ones that are posted in the files. Then you're gonna set your alarm clock, but you're gonna put it away from you, not next to your bed, because when it's next to your bed, you're gonna hit snooze. And no more snooze hitting. And so a little tip I'm going to give you for that comes from The Miracle Morning by Mel Robbins, and it's the 5-second rule by Mel Robbins. And all that is when you hear that alarm clock go off, you are going to launch yourself out of bed like a rocket. And this is how the 5-second rule came about. Mel was in a really bad financial place with some addictive behaviors in her life, and she was spending a lot of time snoozing the day away because that was the only thing she had control of. And so when she wanted to start living a better life, she used the 5-second rule. When she heard the alarm clock went off, she would just count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And before she even had time to think about it, she launched herself out of bed. So you're setting those affirmations for your sleep. You're moving your alarm clock. If you struggle hitting snooze, you're going to use the 5-second rule, just like I'm going to, because I am a habitual snoozer. And snooze is just a bad habit loop. It's something that we have just conditioned ourselves to do. And if you're like me, I will even set my alarm clock ahead so I can hit snooze. No more of that. Hitting snooze, hearing the alarm clock buzz once is alarming enough. We don't need to start our day by hearing it 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 times. So you're going to launch yourself out of bed, and then the first thing you're going to do is brush your teeth, because it doesn't take any energy. And once your teeth are brushed, you're not probably going to head back to bed. Once you've brushed your teeth, you're going to drink a full glass of water. Our bodies are in a state of dehydration after we wake, so we want to restore some energy by rehydrating ourselves. So drinking a good 8 ounces of water or so just to start the day. And then you're going to get dressed in your workout clothes to be sure that you get your morning sweat on, even if that's something as simple as a 10-minute circuit in your living room. And I have uploaded about 6 different circuits that you could do at home with little to no equipment, maybe even just some light dumbbells. You could use soup cans or a stability ball. Let's talk what you need. I already posted about this a bit, but you don't really need much for the Miracle Morning and crushing the rush and winning your day. You need a place to do it. It shouldn't happen in bed because the odds of going back to sleep then are very likely. So I do mine in my living room. You might have a different place. When we're at the lake, I obviously do it on our deck. So whatever works for you, you need a place. Eventually you're going to need affirmations, and we'll talk about that tomorrow. You're going to need some sort of dream board or something to visualize, but you don't need that yet. But you will need a book to read. Maybe it's a devotional or a podcast or audiobook to listen to, because by SAVER reading, by the end of the week, by Friday, you're going to need that book, because you're going to add on 10 minutes of reading every day. Now, that's not reading like a romance novel, not reading a newspaper. It's reading something for personal growth. I call it personal development. You might call it self-help. It doesn't matter. We all have something we could get better at. And so if you are not sure of what kind of book that might be, you're going to go ahead and look at yourself, and you're going to think, what area of my life could I improve in? And I have uploaded several resources to the files. There is an album of books from my bookshelf organized by topic. There is a list I uploaded organized by topic. So it might be mindset, goal setting, nutrition, money, daily discipline, I already said goal setting, vulnerability, and living wholeheartedly. I have them all organized by topic for you. And also the author of this book, Hal Elrod, also has a list of his favorite personal development books that I have uploaded for you as well. So you have 3 different resources to help you find something to work on, an area of improvement for yourself. And if you need help, come ask me. I have read a ton of books, and I also probably just know of some that might help you out. I am your coach this week, and I am here to help you. Next thing you'll need by the end of the week is something to do for a workout. And now this is just 10 minutes. For me, my workouts are longer. They're anywhere from 25 to 40 minutes usually. So that extends my Miracle Morning a bit. That's okay with me. But whether you're doing 1 minute exercise or 10 minutes, you need something to do. So if you're doing 1 minute, that might be something simple as stretching, a yoga pose, jogging in place, squats, crunches, jumping jacks, something to get the blood moving. If you're looking for a 10-minute workout, there are 6 circuits uploaded, like I said, in the albums of this group that you can use. And if you are wanting to do something a little bit more, whether that be yoga, dance, HIIT workouts, cardio, weightlifting, what else? Pretty much any kind of workout you can imagine. I can give you access to a 14-day free trial of my Netflix fitness that you can do in your home. So that way you're not wasting time in your morning, getting to a gym, parking, dealing with gym traffic, and then getting back home or to work. You can just do everything within your home. And I do have 14-day free access to you that you can use. And then the last thing you need is some sort of journal. I will be using the 5-minute journal, but a simple notebook works well. And if you're using a notebook, I'm going to be giving you some strategies on what you could journal about. Mine is sort of scripted. It says in the morning, what are you grateful for? What would make today great? My daily affirmations. And then at night, just 3 amazing things and how could I be made today even better? So I will be teaching the scribing portion on Friday. So now we're going to start with tomorrow's assignment. Remember, you're not going to be using your phone at all until your Miracle Morning is done. So you need to know about silence tonight. So in the comments of this video, I'm going to post up a graphic for you that you can save to your phone on some tips for starting with silence in your first 10 minutes of the day if you're doing a full Miracle Morning. If you're doing 30 minutes, you might start with 5 minutes of silence. And if you're doing the 6-minute speed version, you'll start with 1 minute. So, and when we're talking about silence, our first lifesaver, S is for silence. If you wake up stressed, your day is going to most likely be stressed. And so when I'm talking about 1 to 10 minutes of silence, that might seem a little bit overwhelming. You might use a meditation app if that is easier for you. But during those 10 minutes, you could meditate, you could pray, you could reflect, you could work on deep breathing, or you could just practice gratitude. And if you're meditating, just a little fact for you is meditation is often more effective than medication. So it is a very valuable way to start your day. The only thing I'm going to caution you on is you're not using your silent practices in bed. You actually need to get up, launch yourself out of bed, brush your teeth, drink that water, get on your workout clothes, and then you're going to go into silence. For me tomorrow, my silence is going to start with prayer, reflection, and some gratitude. I am not a great meditator yet, but I will be. And so just some information on silence for you. Studies show that meditation can be more effective than medication. I mentioned that. And it is actually linked to improved glucose metabolism, improved blood pressure, brain activity, and other bodily functions because it can alleviate stress, pain, promote sleep, enhance focus and concentration, and increase lifespan. So who does not want those things? During this time, it might be really easy for our mind to race. Whenever I have practiced meditation or being silent, that is what has happened for me. But this is a chance to let go of those compulsive and thoughts to always be thinking and doing something. You just want to be present in the moment and just be. And so if you're struggling with that, you might want to repeat something like, I'm breathing out love, let's say, and I'm breathing in peace. So on your exhale, I breathe out love. On your inhale, I breathe in peace. I breathe out love. I breathe in peace. And you could use any words you wanted: confidence, faith, energy, belief, whatever you feel like you want to get from the world. And this is a temporary vacation from your life, a temporary vacation from your problems. So use that 1 to 10 minutes of silence tomorrow to win the day. We're going to have a check-in every day on how practicing that affirmation went. And so tomorrow, all you need to do is be silent. If you are an overachiever and you want to go ahead onto other parts of the Miracle Morning, if you have read ahead, that is great. But be sure that you drop any questions you have about the group or practicing silence here in the comments. Have a great day, everyone.